Welcome back, my friends, and today I'm going to be playing some brokenly fun tanks. Starting with the Panzer 38H, captured French tank in the German army, and wouldn't you know it, it's kind of overpowered, like this tank, which is also a captured French tank. I'm starting to see a theme here. So France builds really good tanks, and Germany just steals it. That's why Germany won the war. They had tanks like this that were totally obsolete by the time that they were captured. But you know, since they're at this tier, they're strong, very strong. However, we are not top tier, so the Micro Mouse, which is this tank's nickname, will not be magnificent. In fact, when this thing is bottom tier, it's pretty meh. Yeah, tier 3s go through it, especially this far bottom tier. This is really ridiculous matchmaking because I shouldn't see this bad all the time. Trust me, I've been having the worst matchmaking all night. Unless I play tier 10, I cannot be top tier. Because stupid wargaming messed up the matchmaker. Yay, we limited the amount of tanks types per team to 4, but we drastically increased queue times and made the gameplay kind of stupid. Because there's not much difference between 4 and 7 of a tank type. Like tier 10 tank destroyers. I mean, there is a difference, but it's not that noticeable. Also, this gun is horribly inaccurate. I would just like to say that. The gun is garbage. The reason this thing is called the Micro Mouse is because when it's top tier versus a bunch of tier 2s, it's incredibly hard to pen. It is so hard to pen. There's PC replays of it going like 1v12 and just being in the middle of everything and it can't pen. Kind of like the Panzer 2J, but you know, unlike the Panzer 2J, they have to be in the usually you have to have your frontal armor towards the enemy, unlike the tank with the same armor thickness as a KV5, KV1 at tier 3. And yes, my team is losing this horribly because I can't even win a tier 2 tonight. This is really pathetic and stupid. Okay. Who's gonna go up there next and get killed? And T82's not gonna shoot me. You know who is? Everyone else. That is last year's Christmas tank. This year we get the Vickers Mark. What is it? It's like 5-1C or VIC. So, yeah, I don't know if it's supposed to be a Vic or if it's actually supposed to be some actual Roman numerals. I'm dead. Yay, 7-0 at tier 2. This is... yeah. I picked tanks that dominate their tier, so I'm bottom tier. Again, I'm bottom tier. I hate this matchmaker. I just hate it. Also, apparently it doesn't apply to low tier matches either. I mean, if it did, we'd have queue times of 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60. This matchmaker and the new map, Dynasty Pearl, is a horrible map. It's undynamic. It's really only good for tanks with at least a little armor. So the new tank that's being super tested, not super tested, beta tested, the MX-30B. That tank's garbage on that map. Leo is garbage on that map. I mean, there are cases where it's good, but you don't have a lot of room to run around. You don't have a lot of cover to take, besides turning a corner. You don't have a lot of changes in elevation. It's pretty flat. It's not as flat as Himmelsdorf, but Himmelsdorf has stuff like the train cars and the rubble piles. Piles? Wow, voice. Don't cut out on me. I still need you. But it doesn't have that. I mean, it's not a bad looking map. It's not particularly nice looking either. Yeah. The cap circle encounter is massive. There's no way you'll cap that base. Never in a million years. You may cap it at low tiers, but low tiers don't see that map, I don't believe. I believe it's tier 7 and up. So yeah. You have a map where the only good tanks on it are like Mouses, super heavies, or you have to have at least a little bit of armor and be able to take a hit. Or you have a really big gun and be able to deal a bunch of damage really quickly. I don't like shooting AMX-38s. But yeah, the AMX-30B looks to be an interesting tank. It has average health. It has a 105. Well, that's kind of obvious. I think it's supposed to be like the French Leo, and it is fast. I'm not sure just how fast, but you know, that's because super testers don't want to. The testers don't want to get banned for breaking an NDA. And yes, they are crazy. They are also testing the T-34-3, which, in my opinion, just looks to be like a garbage tank. T-44 with maybe a bit more turret armor, and the 122 from the KB1S. I think with a bit better stats, soft stats, and maybe better penetration. Probably is better penetration. It'd be ridiculous if it didn't. But yeah. Also, the Blitz Fair tank list was finally announced. Hooray! We can get an M60 from it. We can get a Chieftain T95. I'm really excited for that tank. I really want that tank. A Type 64, which I don't have iffy on because light tanks in this game aren't exactly good. Well, they don't have a positive impact. Okay, OP, not really. Let's move on to the other French tank. Now, I cannot complain about not being top tier in this tank, because this tank, just like the Valentine 2, will never see tier 5s. Unless, you platoon it with another tier 4 with standard matchmaking, in which case, you will. Yes. What was I? There are AMX CDC. Okay, so the Blitz Fair this year is similar to last year, but it's different. Last year we had an auction where all the tanks were available at once. This year, only 2 tanks are available from the start in the auction or sales or whatever. And that would be, I don't even know why it was called an auction last year. An auction you usually bid on, and you don't bid on this. You don't bid when you just buy the tank with tickets. Of course, I don't need them because it's a defender, and what is the other one? I can't remember off the top of my head. I might actually want that tank. No, it's the mutant experimental. I do not want that tank. So yeah, those 2 tanks are available first. And then there's chests, of course, just like last year. And in the non-super upgraded, I don't know what it's called, the premium chest? In the non-premium chest, I'm just going to call it that from now on, you can get several tanks. There's several good ones in there and several bad ones. I believe there are, there is the AMX CDC, KV5, Glacial 112, and what's it called? IS2SH. And Type 59, and I believe that's all the tier 8s, and then there are a bunch of garbage tanks. Thing is, I own the IS2SH and the Glacial. I don't want a KV5. And CDC is maybe. Maybe. Yes, my team has sucked this bad. This thing has the same gun as the Panzer S-35, which is a tier lower. So yeah, you can figure out what the problem with this tank being bottom tier would be. I can't. What is wrong with these teams? I do garbage damage and I finish second. Wargaming. Thanks. I pick a tank where I'll never be bottom tier, and I get a team like that. I just... Why? Moving on. You can get such garbage tanks as the AC4 Sentinel and the AC1 Sentinel. Yes, those two garbage tanks. What else? That's all I can remember from that chest. I think there's probably other Panzer S-35 and stuff. You can also get gold credits, something called super game tokens, I think. And what the super game thingy-majigger is once you collect enough of them, you can open a super chest. And in that super chest, you can get an M60, or a Chieftain T95, or a Type 64. And you get the tokens by opening contained chests, like I said before, both standard and premium. Premium, of course, would give you more of them. Premium doesn't actually contain a lot of vehicles in it, and the ones it does are really low tiers, so that's kind of iffy, in my opinion. They should both have the same amount of tanks, maybe the premium having a better selection of tanks and better odds of getting them. But what you actually get that is vitally important is you get these things called tank research points. I can't remember what Wargaming calls it. Some form of currency. Using this currency, you can buy yourself guaranteed a number of tanks. There are, of course, garbage ones, and then there's, garbage like the Stronk 7482, which isn't actually garbage, so don't rage at me about it. It's just not great. But you can get tanks like the Type 59, guaranteed. Isn't that special? But that's one form of currency. Now, getting back to the super deal, you can get that, what was that, Chieftain T95 Type 64. You can also get up to 2,500 gold. Credits, they have not actually given the amounts you can get, but I assume it's over 100k, maybe up to 1 million. You can also get more of those research points, and you get more of them than in the premium chest, obviously. In fact, I think there's a chance that you can get the exact amount for a tank, so yay. There's also this weird mechanic that you can double it, and yeah, stupid stuff like that. But if those research points are going towards a tank you don't want, or you don't need, you can convert them back into tickets, which are the currency used to buy the original chests. It's all confusing, and if you want a better summary of it, there's a news article right here. Yes, and that video that they posted is stupid. And it's funny. Yeah, these are what you get from completing the stages. They also don't tell you how much. And yeah, 1 ticket for 50 or 2,500 free XP. See, IS-3 Defender and Experimental first. So, what did I miss? The Black Dog? Yes, that is important. That is a good tank, but I already own all 3 of these, and I don't want this one, and this one's iffy. This tank, I guess maybe I would like. This tank's meh. This tank's meh. This tank I own. This tank's garbage. This tank's meh. This tank's garbage. Not too bad, but yeah. I own that, and I own that. So yeah, this is the problem. You only have 4 tanks, so you better get a lot of these super game tokens in it, or a lot of progress points, or a really high chance of getting these, because otherwise paying 3 more tickets just to get these 2 items is a bit iffy. And then yeah, you can get this stupid loyalty tank that I don't want, this tank which I want, this tank which I'm iffy on, and then progress points, 30 tickets, 20 to 50,000 spare parts. That's actually really useful. 2,500 gold. Yeah. And then there's this. Oh, the Mod 1, 59, Stradogan, Glacial, Blaze, SH, IS2. I wonder if it would just be worth it to try to get these tanks from the chests before you do this. KV5, IS2, Sentinel. T28 concept, that's interesting. This is interesting. Type 59. Type 3 Chinyu Kai. Yes, that thing's crazy. And this is the final thing. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. That game was meh. This thing. This thing's balanced. I've already done a video on it, so if you want to know what I mean by that, yeah, go and watch it. And yeah, this 88 is amazing. Not for penetration or accuracy, anything like that. No. Just for reasons, for those of you who don't know. I was surprised they didn't, no. KV3 is really... yeah. Best tank at tier 7 would be, if you're a free-to-play player, it would probably be either the Comet or the... what's it called? J-Panther, or the... no, that guy's an idiot. J-Panther, Comet, trying to pick one of every tank class. T29, and there's non-light tanks that are good. T71. That's a good tank. T71, or LTTB. Well, if you're premium, Type 62, T6 Drac, Helsing HO, and Predator's pretty good, but no. Trying to remember what premium tanks are tier 7. Premium heavy tanks are tier 7. I can't remember. Wow. I'm getting old, my memory's fading. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, that's hilarious. I just made the worst noise ever. Oh, so. What was I talking about? That tier 2 light tank. I know it's been on PC for years, but I can't remember what it's like on PC. Which is unfortunate. Tracks? Nope. Backed up too fast. Look at the reload. That's fun. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, KV2 is gonna one-shot someone. And it may be funny and it may not be funny. Huh. Okay. There are 3 tanks at least up here. And yeah. this is what this tank can do. It also has 70 degrees per second track traverse, which I feel is kind of undermentioned when it has 3,300 DPM. Oh, rocked the tank up as I fired. Yes, this thing could very easily kill a lot of things, such as a KB3. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the drive wheels, so it hit the upper plate, lower plate, mid plate. It hit somewhere it couldn't have been. Oh, please. And before he gets another shot off, what was that? Guy tried HEing me. Now I'm dead. No, he's HEing me. Stupid Hellcat. And we lost. Because of that stupid Hellcat. Ooh, nice bounce. Yeah, yeah. First class, 2600 on a defeat. So glad tier 7s did a lot. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was weird, it was random, but I like it. And with all being said and done, I'll have to say see you, have fun, stay safe, and bye. Oh, and subscribe, because subscribe is awesome. Also, correct any mistakes I make in this video, like always. You know, you gotta do that. That is key. That is the mantra of the commenters. Bye.